So no joke, this kind of came to me as a bit of a surprise. You see, I've been playing with the Apaches for quite some time, and in truth, I kind of rank them as one of the worst helicopters at top tier, except for two variants, the British and the Israeli one. And even then, in this new environment with IRIS-Ts, etc., they're not really that competitive compared to, say, the Z-10ME, the Mi-28, Ka-52, and even the Mi-8 VN variants. And if you didn't notice, all of those helicopters share one feature that makes them pretty damn OP. That is now going to be shared in this one, the AH-64E Guardian. And I gotta tell you, making a title for this thing for when it drops in the main server is going to be super easy, as I'll be real with you, it is very difficult to find titles for videos. No, seriously, that's like the one creative part of my brain that just doesn't want to work. But for fun, how about this? If you have a title for this thing as a major release in the next update, let me know in the comment section and I just might use it. Or in my Discord, or DM me in Discord, whichever you prefer. But with that being said, please keep in mind, this is the dev server, which means everything I'm going to be talking about is entirely subject to change. The model, the capabilities, the missiles, it doesn't really matter. Everything is subject to change. So please take this video with a grain of salt. Also, there is going to be a little bit of gameplay, but still keep in mind this is a talking head video. I promise I'll have a major release of this when it does release in the main server. So with that being said, let's talk more about the AH-64E. Now, I do want to take a look at the model really quick because this is pretty. Oh yeah, it now has the oh my god, I forgot the name of it, to be honest. It basically reduces your IR signature quite a bit. It's like HISS or something, or HLSS. It's one of the two. In easier words, it throws the exhaust upwards, which gets cooled by the blades, lowering your IR signature, I think. But overall, the model on this looks pretty damn good for the most part. No ray tracing on, by the way, because it keeps crashing my damn game. Wow. But going into the actual aircraft itself, when it comes to its modules, as you'll see, it does have access to not only the AGM-114K Hellfires, which are good. We've had these for very long now, or for a long time, Stinger missiles, but it does have access to a new one, the AGM-179, which this thing is no joke. It's IR guided, which means it is a fire and forget missile, much like Spike's, except that this one goes out to around 16 kilometers. 16. That is longer than that of the Vickers missile. And don't worry, my Russian and Chinese mains out there, you guys are getting your own variants of this, not this missile exactly, but with comparable ranges. And here's the cool thing, you get to carry up to 8 of them. Yeah, 16 missiles in total, 8 fire and forget, and then the rest are Hellfires. This is going to make things very interesting. But as you can see, the Stinger missiles are on the inner pylons, not the external ones. We'll get into that in a quick second. I wouldn't recommend you sacrifice your Hellfires just for these missiles simply because Stingers are good, but they're pretty damn easy to dodge, especially at top tier, because this is 12.3. Oh, and we can't forget the laser guided rockets here. I wouldn't use them personally. I don't really know who uses them, but hey, if you want to do it as a first spawn thing, you're more than welcome to do so, which I think this allows for a first spawn. However, the biggest feature about this helicopter is not only the damage models, but is this. You now get IRCM blocks, but not just any ones. These are LD IRCM. In easier words, you're now going to have the same capabilities of that of the Z-10ME, and I'd rather show you instead how efficient this can truly be. So let's jump into some gameplay with some good friends of mine and see if it kind of holds its own against the new IRIS-Ts and some other SPAs. Let's begin that. Oh, now that is a terrifying sight. If you're in a helicopter or any aircraft for that matter and you're this close, that is not the thing you want to see. Ain't that right, Yeti?
Technically, no.
Yeah. All right, go ahead on you. Send it. Now, just one right now.
No,
nice. Oh, wait, it's 8? Okay. Nope, it's actually 0.
So dumb.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even, like, doing anything either. I'm just flying straight. Launch them all. Come on. Oh, here they come. Oh, no. A missile, guys. Nope.
I guess the US will now have the most broken helicopter in the game.
Oh yeah, 16 kilometer engagement range with these new missiles. Oh yeah. Which, by the way, here it comes. Intercept those. Intercept them. Wait, no, you can't. You're out of missiles, aren't you? There you go.
Missiles.
Woo, this is gonna be broken. I'm excited. Though oddly enough, when it comes to radar-guided missiles, normally they're not supposed to be able to engage a static target. Their system just can't really pick you up. And even with data link found with, say, the Slam Ram, you weren't able to really shoot down helicopters, even those with or without DIRCM. But when it comes to the Buckcam 3, it was able to defeat this helicopter quite easily, which means that there's something more going on to it. Maybe it's a dev thing, maybe they fixed data link. But from what you can see from the gameplay, it did actually work, surprisingly enough. But at the very least, you are able to multipath with helicopters, which should help against the Buckcam 3 and even against other radar-guided missiles fired from pretty much everyone. So I want to go ahead and talk about the missiles in detail. These are the AJM-179s. They are IR guided, but here's the thing. Yeah, you can engage targets up to 16 kilometers, but is that really true? Judging by what I'm seeing right now at 11 kilometers, it doesn't seem that we're able to get a proper lock on these guys. These are just AI, by the way, so it's not a real game. But yeah, I don't really believe 16 kilometers is going to be the area you want to fight in. As much as I'd like to say it is, where you can engage IRSTs, other anti-air systems, and even against most older anti-air systems like Florak Rad, possibly, roll-in missiles, even the ADATs, which only have a 10-kilometer engagement distance. And even then, I would well imagine a helicopter like this, being able to maneuver quite a bit, would be able to dodge said missiles, as they would lose so much energy at this distance. But currently, it doesn't look like I'm able to get a proper lock on even that little BT-5 right there. Or anything else for that matter. Hellfire is, yeah, I'm way out of the range, 8 kilometers maximum, but as nice as it is to have 16 effective range, from what I could tell, at least here in the dev server, I'm not able to attain that lock, even at 9 kilometers. Well, I'm able to get the static targets. There we go, 9? 9.5 roughly, a little above that. Still a little ways away. You're still within engagement range of IRSTs, etc., but we're not really afraid of those now, are we? Yeah, the missile failed. Okay, so I guess even at 9.7 kilometers, it's still not going to work. Oh, we got a lock on him. Can't get one on him. All right, yeah, this is just the dev server. Things are still a little iffy. So let's take a quick look at the internals of the helicopter itself. Now, if you aren't familiar with modules, they're pretty common in the top tier environment. Basically, what they are is they're control surfaces that control specific parts of the aircraft. Avionics, as you can see right here, if it fails, these systems cannot be used. Guidance, weapon control. If someone shoots this avionic block, you lose the HUD. If you shoot the IRCM, guess what? It's now destroyed, and you can destroy this thing with IRSTs, etc. Another one, RWR, you have sensors, and then of course you have, oh, they're the same thing pretty much. Optics, of course, if you shoot this out, they can't use their gun sights. And this is probably one of the most common things to be destroyed on helicopters, assuming the missile hits directly on it and doesn't actually go through the helicopter, it will break your camera sight, and trust me, it's annoying. Oh, and if you weren't already aware, you can actually click on or just hover over the pilot or the gunner. They'll have the same stats for the most part. You can see everything they're able to do, right? The band they're able to detect, the range, the track targets, missile approach warning information, which can tell you 9 targets it can detect. That's actually pretty interesting. I believe that's part of the radar system and not the actual maul itself. And it even tells you what type of maul it is. Optic, range 5 kilometers, HMS, which is the HMD basically. So if you are a sim pilot or someone who uses VR, much like myself, you're actually able to use the gun just by looking around. There's a creator by the name of Bruce Leroy. He actually does a wonderful job showcasing the HMD system with VR, and it looks really cool. I'm not kidding. Go look at it. But I guess that kind of does it for the internal modules of the helicopter itself. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. You shoot the transmission, you kill the helicopter. You shoot the blades, same thing. The engines, if you got both of them cooked out, you're crashing. If one, good luck getting back to base. But the big question is, will this be a helicopter that the US has been needing? Yes, I think so. Sure, the Comanche is here. Yes, I love this thing. It is a worthwhile premium. I promise I'm not just trying to sell it to you. But this at 12.3 is something they have been needing. You see, US and helicopters just, they don't mix. Yeah, sure, they're good. The Zulu's great and everything. It's probably my go-to for top tier. But even then, it's like, it's heavy. It's not really that efficient. Yeah, it small works. Yeah, the 9Ms are really cool and all, but this is going to one-up it pretty well, except for the fact that you don't have air-to-air. In truth, you don't really need it. That is what that chin-mounted gun is for. But more importantly, what really makes this so worthwhile, in my opinion, from what I could tell in the dev server, is of course those missiles. This, to me, is a game changer. And sure, I understand we're not able to use the full 16-kilometer engagement distance. I still think this is going to be worthwhile because, again, you launch a few of these, you distract SPAAs, you hit them with Hellfires, which are a little bit faster, of course, from 340 to 475. Yeah, I can see this being a great helicopter in, I would say, almost everyone's hands if you do play up here, but the experienced pilots are going to really put this thing to good work. I like to think I will, but I still want to know, what do you think about this helicopter as a whole? Is it worthwhile? Are you going to pick this up? Will you use it? Let me know in the comment section, please. And if I missed something, or maybe I messed up on something as well, let me know in the comments. I'll correct myself and I'll even heart the comment, I promise. But that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I think this is the last of the dev videos, at least for this round, until Gaijin adds something new. And yeah, thank you again. And I will see you not only in the next video or even the streams, but you know the rest. I'll see you next time.